Black African Power family. It's good. It's happening. Well organized lie defeats a disorganized truth every time. Woohoo! Wait, man. Welcome to the Black Dot Cultural Center and Bookstore. Live as they ever want to be, sis. We super live over here. You don't gotta be quiet. We good. Glad to have you here. Hey, good. Look, check us out, family. This is our first video right here, yo. I know I was supposed to go live earlier, but a lot of customers walked in the store, man, and we had a live build session. I'm gonna have to start taking some of them build sessions, man. Keep that going, man. But yeah, thank y'all for stopping in, man. Make sure you hit that bell, hit that subscribe. We got about 0 subscribers right now. We need to build this. Yeah, we need to build this up. We got 0 subscribers. We need to build this up. Hey, don't elder. So,
I'm sorry. Black Panther t-shirt. 20.
Ooh, Black Panther t-shirt. How much you think they should cost, elder? What you thinking about?
Yeah, wait a minute. Does the music stop?
Yeah, I ain't want to.
Did you turn the music down?
Yeah, I turned it down. Turn the music down. All right, elder, appreciate you. All right, okay. I appreciate you. So yeah, man, first of all, this show is always brought to you by Abjuware. Y'all see it. All right. Hey man, change community one shoe at a time. So yeah, man. So we just want to really keep it real cool, keep it real easy, man. Appreciate y'all for supporting the channel. All right. See how many subscribers we can get. All right. Make sure we in the spot in the building, man. Oh, what is that? So yeah, fam, that's what we doing, man. We're gonna do it good. We're gonna have good conversations on the daggone thing. Just wanna make sure it work right. And we get the thing real super tight. I can't see the chat room. See in there, we got 2,000 people in the chat room right now. It's 2 people.
He said we have 2,000 people. No, sure.
It's 2 people. They ain't feeling it that fast. Which they was coming though.
What's the name of your I got to ask. You still live?
Yeah, I'm live. What is it? What's the name of it? What's the name of the video or the channel?
Video channel. Where do you go to see?
You gotta go to Real Black Atheists on Fire.
Real Black Atheists?
On Fire.
That's how Real Black Atheists on fire.
On fire.
Because you're an atheist.
No, that ain't what put it on fire. The information is fire.
You better stop dropping roll.
Information is on fire. That's Steve. Y'all find out I will routinely beat Steve up on here. Steve will be coming through. See, Steve, you will be coming through, Steve. You be sitting right here in the beat up chair. I'll put you right here. Bam.
Yeah,
so we can get it. Anytime, Steve, we got all day long. Go live.
Your arms are too short to box with God.
He say my arms too short to box with God. Yeah, all our arms too short for that.
You won't see God. How you gonna box?
Yeah, you can't. How you box with something you can't see?
That's exactly. That's what
right. Yeah, invisible. And I ain't never worried about nothing invisible.
Can't reach up there.
I'm not worried about nothing invisible. You worry about anything invisible, sis?
That's the white supremacy.
Sometimes I do. You remember I just told you what happened to me in South Africa?
Yes.
What happened in South Africa?
I had an experience that I can explain.
Oh, what happened? Just tell me real fast. We can explain it.
I just told them I wasn't even expecting. I just walked. As soon as I walked on the sword, I wasn't even expecting nothing. It just seemed like something came over me. I didn't know what it was. I couldn't even explain it.
Oh yeah, that's a return. You return to your homelands.
Yeah, I didn't know it. I mean, it threw me off though.
But how do you explain that?
Because I couldn't see it, but I sure felt it. I felt something, and it just almost explored me too.
What do you mean how you explain that?
How do you explain it?
Man, you should all get that feeling when you come back to your ancestral grounds, man. Just the overall experience, the overall energy. That's your phone. Yeah, but it was an emotion she felt, which is real. Emotions are produced through certain portions of the brain, bro.
Exactly, but that's
And if
what
you want to come over
everybody-
here and get beat up, you can come over here and
That's
sit
what
right there and get
everybody-
beat up. We talking trash away from the camera. Don't do it.
So,
Don't do it.
everyone,
Don't do it. Let's get Steve McSteve in here. Here we go. All right, so we got Steve in here, yo. Salam alaikum, brother.
Walaikum salam. I'm the average.
Salami and bacon. Salami and bacon.
No bacon over here. No bacon
Hey,
over
that's
here.
Steve, man.
Steve
Hey.
Paul.
Steve Ball, creation of the comic books. We got a nice comic book section here, man.
Steve Paul.
All right,
Steve
man.
Paul Creations. You know what I mean? Got to show
Yeah,
and
he-
prove.
Yeah, he do that. He do all that. When it comes to his knowledge, he takes a whipping. Let me break this up real quick.
It's an attack weapon.
Yeah, it takes beat, man. Here we go. Abjubad. Every episode is brought to you by Abjubad, man. Your high tops, man. Summer coming, man. Y'all know what it is, man.
Yeah,
That keeps
got
your first
those.
pair.
Got those, and surprisingly, and it should come to no surprise. However, you know how we are. Surprisingly, these are one of the most comfortable shoes I ever had. It's like I could walk in those shoes all day, and I got like semi-flat feet. And you know how if you have flat feet, you can't be on your feet all day. Those shoes right there hold you up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they right. Loving these. Fresh pair whenever I feel like, going somewhere, break out a fresh pair.
What's
family.
the
It's the
red, black,
Abju.
and green? What's that?
Hey, red is for the blood, black's for the people, green is for the land. The sister just talked about the experience she had when she went back to the homeland. It's a lot of energy there for us, the homelands. Yeah. So, so that's Steve. From time to time, I'll bring him on to go ahead and beat him up. Yes, let me bring up.
So what do you say? You kicking me off now?
No, I ain't kidding you. I'm doing my thing. Here y'all go, man. Upgrade version of the chronology of human evolution, y'all. All right. Upgrade right there. Yeah, y'all know what it is, man. So I'm gonna come to the question section in the back of the book real fast while we out here. All right. People like Steve say, hey, we don't come from monkeys.
See, what I do, I help to challenge his thoughts, because if you have yes men all the time, or just speaking to the choir all the time, then, you just won't get it. But I'll be right back. I got to.
I really like this one here.
Hey, Black Dot Bookstore located in Lithonia, 6984
I don't like the
Main Street. We open from 11 to 7. On the weekends, 11 to 8. All right? Y'all make sure y'all come support me. Hey, Kazende, when that event? This weekend coming up with Professor Griff, Blue Pill? 21st. Asphalt Crazy with Rudy, Ete, Jenny. Meet and greet here Friday the 13th. Friday night. All right. So, man, y'all make sure y'all come on in. All right. Let me get right back to the back of the book. Hey, you want to holler at my partner? Come here real quick. Busy? Zende, my partner, man. You want to see him from time to time, man? He can be teaching the political class on here from time to time.
What's
man.
up, family? How you? You live broadcast?
Yeah, we live. What about it? We live.
You know this guy?
Yeah, you know what it is, man.
You know him? I mean, I got to pretty much live with his ass. You didn't know him.
Hey, man, it's a very knowledgeable man right here. Yes, my man right here. Yo, I ain't around nobody, man, if they're intelligent. Y'all already know that.
He think I be beating up on him.
We trying. Y'all know I don't take no losses, man. That's one thing they know about me. I take no losses, man. But to be honest with you,
Y'all
man,
already know.
this man has educated me a lot, learned a lot from him, just
Vice
by the
versa.
political process, right? His knowledge and command and says subject is great. So time to time he gonna come through, man. He gonna, give you some of that, man. Where your book at? Think Black. He's also an author. Go get that real fast, man. Y'all gotta get that. Y'all come into the culture center, man, and get our books. You know what I'm saying, man? Everybody hang around, man, got a book.
And it's more
Yeah, get a copy of that real quick. All right.
But the other one, the guns are straight out, so I don't know.
There you go. Think Black. Here you go. Excellent book. Give me a real quick synopsis of the book.
What does it mean to think black? And how do we do that on a daily basis? How do we support our business? How do we support education? What is our worldview? We've been socialized in this European worldview. So oftentimes we think that we're doing certain things in behalf of Black people, but we're actually doing it through a European lens. So it's just really breaking it down to see it through our lens that's going to support not just my family, but other families, community, collective. So it's how do we do that? What does that look like? Think Black, the manifesto.
Think Black got the t-shirts, man, right here, the Black Dot Culture Center bookstore, man.
Bang.
And come in and meet us, man. Come and meet Brother Kazende, man. He's president. Okay, Black Dot, man. Hey, look, it's going down, man. And so I appreciate this brother, man. He helped me push forward my dreams and aspirations, man. This means something, man.
So let's pay it forward.
Man, it's paper
Are
forward.
we our brother's keeper?
Yeah, that's
And
it right there.
sisters.
Mhm.
Peace.
And for some reason, the bookstore just attract beautiful women. I haven't
It's
figured
something
it out.
about me either.
I mean, seriously,
I
like,
thought it was me.
I thought it was me.
Oh,
Man, got the beautiful sisters right here. I promise you.
I mean, brother, let me tell you something.
They got
We
the
both
brothers
married. We both married, man. It's like discipline. This is what it means. This is what it means to act in accordance to your higher self. Got you up in here.
Well,
You
I ain't
single
agreeing- I
brothers?
ain't agreeing to all that we talking about. I don't know about all that.
But he
I
got to
do
be
know.
disciplined up in
But
here.
I
How
do
about
know.
that? He operating out of his higher
I do.
self.
All right.
No matter how he want to talk about it, that's what he doing. Because you got to up in here before you single brothers. Telling you, but you got to come correct.
Why do all the sisters come? Like more sisters come than the brothers.
I don't know. I think it's about
What?
I think in terms of book sales, the demographic breakdown is 60-40, 40% men, 60% women.
Okay.
I get that. But the
Yeah.
brothers don't, I mean, but
Women,
these sisters,
They spend more money. They
but
support.
y'all gotta come correct. Let me tell you something.
Sisters
They
be
ain't playing, they ain't
fine.
playing no game. They ain't just bodies.
Look at the beautiful sister right now.
Yeah, you gotta be careful with that one.
Oh, gotta be careful with her.
Yeah, because
Why we gotta be careful?
she done heard all the bullshit.
Oh, she didn't heard.
She done seen, yeah,
Nah, we
done
ain't said
seen-
no
We
name.
done seen her, she
They
done
said no
seen
name.
her. That's what you call a grown ass woman.
Veteran.
Yes.
Just might as well come on and ask you what you want.
Yeah, just
Let it deny you or
like
not.
you-
This is
yeah.
what I want for you, sister. Yes or no?
She'll tell you
He
too.
knows me like anybody else, and he hadn't known me that long, but he picked it up.
Oh
Yeah.
man, he picked it up. I just picked it up that quick.
You got to round here.
So it's moving
Got to.
fast, man. So we got a lot of events.
All right.
All right,
Peace,
see you
family.
Thursday.
Steve, it was great talking to you, man. I'm telling you, shoes. I always told other young folks like
Hey.
and mindset. You know that? Nice. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, mindset. We hope you keep that mindset. See you later, sis.
All right, take care.
All right, pleasure meeting you.
I don't know about that. I atheist stuff. Though.
Oh my, wow. See that? See how she did me? See, I don't know about that atheist. Feel that atheist energy. That real black atheist energy.
Yeah.
One day we're gonna have a talk though, sis.
What are you saying that too much?
See, we ain't had to talk about that yet, sis. One day we're gonna have to talk about that atheist thing. One day.
Bring it back.
But I have my doubts.
See, she's not atheist, but she got her doubts. You know, that's all I need.
I'm gonna knock him out.
I'm gonna jump on them doubts. When she got them doubts down, I'm gonna jump on them doubts. Can't knock me out. Steve always trying to knock me out, man.
I'm gonna knock
Hey,
him
look,
out.
I've been
I'm
beating
gonna
up
knock her
Steve
out
for the
the
last
atheist
6 months.
But can I represent real quick?
Of course, what you gonna represent?
Hey, I have a lot of questions. Let me say this.
You mistake. Why was you not in that conversation we had earlier? Did you hear it?
Oh no, I was doing something. But this
Oh,
is
you
my
missed
thing.
it.
It's hard for me to because my son is 20. He has some doubts, right?
Okay.
So it's hard for me because I went to church
Okay.
and I made sure my son went to church.
Okay.
But I went to church. My mom just sent me to church.
Okay.
My mother never attended church with me. We never discussed the Bible and taught religion in the house. It's
Right.
that I went to church on Sunday. I
Okay.
went to church on Sunday evening.
Okay.
And then on Wednesday, right?
Y'all went to church 3 days a week.
I did. Not my mom.
You did.
My mom was drinking a party. But she made sure I went to church because the church was at the door.
So you went to
She made
church
sure I went
3.
But the thing about
Okay.
it is because I went to church as well, and I
Okay.
just studied the Bible. I told my son that I can't push anything on my son because I told him I don't know if we're just passing down what we been told,
Mm-hmm.
or we have a discussion about it, and it's hard for me to answer those questions. I
Okay.
told him you have to do what's right for you and what you feel Allow you being
I don't know what it is. So
something
we,
greater now.
yeah, so we stand that together.
I'm more spiritual than I am religious.
Okay. All right.
So I'm not religious, but I am spiritual.
One day we're gonna get you out that church. I'm joking.
I went for the first time Sunday.
Oh, you went for the Easter?
No, this Sunday.
Oh, this Sunday. So you waited after Easter.
No, it's hard for me to go.
It's hard to go.
Over the last few years, it's hard for me to go to church.
Okay.
It's really hard.
So you came to the right spot to get your question answered. You got Master Teacher Kazende right there, right?
Yeah.
It's really, really hard for me to go to church.
Your nature is calling you, you know.
Nature ain't calling you to church, though.
The nature is calling her, that's why she's here. And that's why when she went to Africa, she balled out.
She balled out.
That's what they about to do.
I'm about to go in.
They about to get off.
God, the sister was fine. Let me stop looking at this.
Georgia Peaches. Georgia Peaches, from young to old.
Ooh,
And she's grown, she's grandmother.
what you think she about 50, 45?
And she about in the 50s. She about
She
in the
look
50s.
good for that, man. Let me read this question. So the humans come from monkeys? Do we say the humans come from monkeys, Steve? Let's get right in the hell with all that
Let me
bullshit.
get a
Oh,
quick
all
shout
right,
out
go
to-
ahead,
You know what I
real
mean?
quick.
Okay. I'm Steve Paul, Two-Bar Creations. This is what I produce. So let you know that I'm doing the works as far as, you know, representing for our people and everything. I take my talents, which I'm an artist and I draw. And the main thing I do is like comic books and everything. So I create comic books where it reflects us. I got Moon, Reflection of the Sun, Father, and Who Stole Hip Hop, and then coloring books called Melanin Heroes. So all my products are produced to reflect us and everything. You know, it's all about taking your talent, your skills, your gift, and use it to build our nation. You know what I mean? So that's how I'm doing my part. I'm not doing it for the colonizers, the dominant so-called society. You know, I'm not doing it to help build their infrastructure. I'm doing it to help build our infrastructure. You feel me? So, you know what I mean? So Black Panther, cool and all that, but you know what I mean? Don't go out and support because White Daddy gave you the go ahead. You know what I'm saying? We already got black artists out there doing the damn thing.
Yeah, Steve with the
you know what I
building.
mean? Go ahead and support that. And, you know, we create our own narrative.
Ain't got no website yet, yo.
I got social media.
You got your own building, though. They can say
Social
they want to
media,
say.
got my own
Got
building.
your own
out there,
building.
you know what I'm
Give them
saying?
the address, man, so they can stop down, man. If they want to help out, support you as you get the building together, yo.
Building getting together, you know what I mean? Right here in Lithonia on Center Street, 7268 Center Street in Lithonia. It's going to be an art gallery, main thing art gallery, but it's going to be arts period, and creative minds come up in there and fill the rooms, the halls with the artistic energy and everything that is being brought here to Lithonia, and she'll grow for everybody else to see because it will be catering to our nature of who we are as a people. All right, now we can get into it.
Are you ready to get beat up?
You know what I mean?
Ready to get beat up? We see with truth comes fire. All right. So, yeah.
Purify you.
Yeah. So, all right. Let me see if I can find it on that. No, I don't see it. Okay. So, let me come straight to the book. All right. Come straight to the book. Right here. So here's the question, Steve. Does the scientific community teach that human beings come from monkeys? Yeah, I heard you say it all the time. Have you changed your position on that, or are you still on that?
I know some scientists, mostly European scientists, and those that go according to the European science, they want to say that the monkeys have involvement in the evolution of man, saying that they evolved from monkeys and everything, when I know that, you know, monkeys didn't exist past the original people of the planet. So,
Yes or no, guys? I mean, this is yes or no, so I can beat you up. real
that
quick.
scientists, yes, there's scientists that say
Scientists
that,
teach that.
You know what I mean? About, you know, and I had to phrase it as there is scientists, because not all scientists agree with each other.
Okay, that's a true statement, but here's the falsity in what he just said. So let's come to the book, Chronology of Human Evolution, page 20, right? It says, who claims humans come from monkeys, right? A, people who have not taken the time to study and understand human evolution. The claims, for the most part, start with the religious zealots, right, and creationists who fight against science with ignorance, not facts. So I'm just, which one would you be, Steve? Would you be the creationist? You believe in creation? Am I correct?
I know creation is real. Yes.
There you go. So he's the creationist, thinking that some scientists, so no credible scientists. I know of no scientists these days in 2018 that would make the claim that humans or any monkeys had anything in the process of human evolution, Steve. I just want to kind of give you that. I've been saying it forever, you don't believe me.
You said there's no scientists that
today
that think that humans come from monkeys?
Yeah, but we can rewind when that was the business of the day where they said black people came from monkeys. So that's why we reject it now. That's why we reject evolution now, because of scientific racism. And so I don't want to gloss over that. So I'm going to speak to your point for a minute. It was a time when they did actually do that, say that. They said that, right? They taught it in Harvard and Yale. They taught that we were less humans. Feel me? That we did some kind of way come from gorillas or monkeys.
Did they redact that?
Yes, the scientific data actually refuted it. Okay.
What about those that were taught that and them teaching their children and so forth?
Well, they probably still here today. So that's why I get it. So the point is, Cecil was fine, wasn't he?
Oh yeah.
You haven't seen it before?
I never met her before, y'all.
No, boy.
It was a few fine sisters.
She got that little pigeon toe kind of bow-legged walk too.
I should have heard when she said about you. She was like, I don't know how you make it, bro.
By yourself, brother.
You see, I was over there, you know what I'm saying?
And he was over there for hours. Anyway, let me get back to this conversation. I don't want him to ease his way out of this. We ain't got long on here. All right, so, okay. So watch, let me ask you this question. Does human evolution explain how humans came to Earth, Steve? See how much you know. That's what we're going to do. We're going to go down the line.
Does human
evolution explain where humans come from?
Where humans come from.
Mm-hmm. And that you use all
now, the evolutionists and their theories on how humans come about, in my understanding from what I've heard about evolution, evolutionists, people who say that you start off with microorganism and you're like a guppy fish or whatever, and then you decided you want to come to land, and then you just figure it out and start hopping, and then you just start to progress because you got to figure out how to get this and that and the third, and you know, the environment is telling you that you got to learn how to walk on tubes and all that in order to reach, which, no, I'm not in agreement with that ideology, that science, that so-called.
So I'm saying, does evolution,
science.
So based off what you know, evolution does teach where humans come from, basically.
They teach it, however, I'm not in agreement with their teachings.
I got you. Okay, so let's see what the book says. Chronology of Human Evolution. You can get this on Rock Squad website. You can also get this on Amazon, right? According to what I teach, right?
For Wakanda coin.
For Wakanda coins. Okay, they always start talking shit when they know what's coming. Here's the answer to that. Does human evolution explain how humans came to Earth? The answer is no, Steve, it doesn't. Here's the answer. Evolution does not explain where life on Earth comes from. It only seeks to explain how life evolves once it gets here. Got that?
Okay.
There you go. So let's come to a number. What does biological evolution mean?
Biological evolution.
What does it mean? What does biological evolution mean?
How you evolve biologically.
Okay, close. Here's the answer. Biological evolution merely is understood to be descent with modification. Okay. Things get modified in nature. When we talk about that. All right, here go one for you.
Now, does your DNA change up?
Yes, it does modify. Absolutely. Mutation. It's called gene mutation.
Yep. Does that do it haphazardly? It just organically happens, or does it consciously come about because you have to?
Well, I wouldn't know about all the consciousness coming about. What I do know is environmental pressures actually put pressure on your genes.
So you have to constantly be like, oh damn, it's getting too hot over here.
Nah, that ain't what it think. It's almost like your genes think though. Your genes start to variate to allow you survivability for the next generation. You know, we get the example of the spotted moth. Here's an example of the spotted moth and how genes react to environmental pressures. If you know anything about England, you watch them old movies, there'd be a lot of fog, right?
Mhm.
So before the fog stepped in, right, there was the spotted moth, right? You have the black spotted moth and you have the white spotted moth, okay? Now, before the fog came in, the white spotted moth was very, I like to say, very giving birth to a lot of moths, okay? And why would this occur? Because the trees that they were laying on were white. Okay, so any dark thing laying on a white tree gonna get eaten first by the predators of the moth. So when the fog rolled in, right, to those areas, Paris and all of that, right, London, right, fog rolled in, all of a sudden the fog or the smog affected the trees and turned them dark. And so those spotted moth that were flourishing, the white ones that were flourishing on the white trees, right, now have the backdrop of darker trees. And so those darker spotted moths, okay, start to disappear to the predators that wanted to eat the moths. So now the white spotted moth, right, on a darker tree stands out and a darker spotted moth blends into the tree. You feel me? So we know for a fact, this is a fact that we know that, and everybody understands this almost, right? That dark pigment, dark color is dominant. Right? Dominant.
Well, the color. Well, the
trait itself.
The color
trait is dominant.
The color trait itself.
Yeah, it's dominant, right?
Yes.
So this dominancy takes over when the trees are darker, right? Now, when they passed the Clean Air Act in London, right? Stop burning fossil fuels, they clean it up. Now the smog is gone, the fog is gone. Smog is gone, it's called smog. The smog is gone now. Now the trees starting to what? They're starting to lighten up again. So that dominant trait of the dark spotted moth becomes a liability now because the predators can now see the darker moth on the trees that are now lighter. And now that white spotted moth, right, is starting to flourish again, right? So a dominant trait and a recessive trait in that particular thing doesn't make a difference. So now the recessive trait is now flourishing, where the dominant trait is no longer flourishing. You get that? Because the dominant trait is a disadvantage. A dark moth on a white tree, right? And dark is the dominant trait when it comes to color, now becomes a problem.
So
dominant becomes a problem. Dominant trait is a problem on a light tree because they're going to get eaten the most by the predators.
But isn't the first rule of salvation is to protect self, your self-interest?
What I got to do with the moths?
What it's got to do with the moths is just like, you know what I mean, if the darker ones are the dominant ones, right, they will find a way to, you know, stay in their dominant position and now allow themselves to be in a...
They found a way, change colors. The genes, some more genes.
You know,
I want to make the point that recessive and dominant is not what you really think. You hear the word dominant, right, and you think that's some kind of that's something to stick your chest out, right? But the dark spotted moth can't stick his chest out on a light tree, although it has the dominant. It can't. He get ate quicker. You know what I'm saying? I just want to bring that. Look up the case of the spotted moth.
My thing is they you know, by nature, you have to start developing a protection system for yourself. Something
and the genes naturally do it. And the genes naturally do it. Remember we talked about genes?
Yeah.
And the genes reacting to environment. So that smog causes genes to react. Right? And so over time, the moth population darkened up.
They darkened up because of the smog. Now, what I'm...
And I'll tell you why. No, watch this. Hold on, but watch this. This is where we get this. Watch this. Real easy. So 10 light spotted moths and 10 black spotted moths. If you put the 10 white spotted moths on a darker tree and put the 10 spotted moths on a darker tree, what's going to happen? When the predators come in to eat the spotted moth, the birds, right, they're going to see more white spotted moth. So they might eat half of that population. Whereas though they only eat 1 or 2 of the dark spotted moths, right? So now you got 8 and you got 5, right? So the 5 had babies, which is 10, and the 8 has babies, which is 16. Birds come in again, eat 10 more of that. So now the white population has dropped down again, whereas the other population only lost 2. So over time, you'll see the population will start to darken up. That's how we look at evolution. We don't look at individuals, we look at populations. So over time, based off of more white moths getting eaten on that white tree, the population will gradually turn dark. You get that?
I
Because
understand.
more dark moths will survive than light moths.
I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying.
Do you really?
I do understand what you're saying.
So why you fighting?
Because within the context,
There we go.
it's not, a white or black thing, and then birds just come up and, eat up all the moths and all
They
that.
do. That's what they do. They predator of the spider
But
moth.
you also have to consider the cycle of life, because we can't allow just everything to just go without being, checked. A population of moths to increase. That's why you have natural predators in order to keep that. That's why you have cats for mice, or snakes for mice, because we can't let mice overpopulate the whole thing. So that in that circle of life, it's a necessary.
The mice.
It
So
is a necessary thing for birds to come and eat up so many.
That's not a conversation. Let's go to the mice real quick. So you're saying different things have natural predators except humans.
No, the
We don't have no predators.
We do have.
We don't have no natural predators.
We have.
We can kill everything.
We,
There's
we
nothing,
can,
and everything runs.
our
I would say
natural-
them viruses. You know what I'm saying? Those little microorganisms. That's why we got to understand
our
because of that.
Our natural predator is
Say it.
the enemy within you.
Oh,
You know what I'm
okay.
saying?
All right, okay. So
That
you going
negative
psycholo- you
energy
going-
that goes against the positive
All
energy.
right. I thought you were going to
Because
say white people.
What we are in. Well, that is they are our open enemy.
Thought that was you first going to say that first.
They are our open enemy. You know what I
Okay.
mean? They're a physical representation of our.
Yeah, I thought you were going to say that first.
They are.
No, he wasn't. I thought you were going to say that first. You tricked me on that all day long. And him said, white man, I die for everything. And you don't bring it up, Steve, boy. Anyway.
Is that, you know what I mean? You understand what I'm
We
saying?
don't got no predators, though. But I think
our
viruses.
predators are predators because everything.
So you saying our enemy really
It's not
within us.
about the physical. It's not about the
Mhm.
physical. It's about
Okay.
the energy behind it. You know what I
Okay.
mean? The attribute behind whatever,
Okay.
the nature behind whatever idea that we're speaking
Mhm.
about. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Not naturally or physically. We don't have a natural predator, so to say.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Our predator is really our because we are the creators of the universe and everything. You know what I mean? They're and it's supposed to be a positive energy, because a positive energy means that it's something that keeps on growing and
Mhm.
growing.
Mhm.
But you have a negative force that wants to subtract.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Want to take you back to zero.
Okay.
So
You jumped out there in the world of spookism.
that
Go
it's
ahead.
not a world of spookism. You know what I'm saying? You have something that's in us that challenge our positive motion, our forward motion. There's a challenge there. The world of dual nature. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
So we do have physically, when we get to the physical realm, yes, white people
So you jumped off subject.
white
I want y'all to
people
know that.
are opposite nature.
Mhm. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's a physical representation of us without our positive, attribute within us. They can just they have it subtracted from them.
All right, we're gonna get a translator for all that. Back to the sad subject. Back to the mice. So they do have natural predators. So you're right about having natural predators to keep the numbers down. That's exactly how that works. All right, everything has natural predators, and my statement was not humans. And you took us to somewhat okay. The point I want to make is that let's take the rock mice. Okay, now these rock mice, they live on lava flows. So of course the lava flow is dark.
Mice live everywhere. I can't
Mice live
stand
everywhere, but they
goddamn
change
rats.
color based off their environment. That's the point I'm going to make. And so you got these darker mice that are flourishing on the lava flows, and every now and then you get these brown spotted, like these brown rock mice. Okay, they also live on the lava flows. But watch this: more brown rock mice get eaten than the dark spotted. Than the dark rock mice. Why? Because they're more visible. The browner ones are more visible to their natural predators.
What about
Let me
when it
finish.
comes
Let me show
to-
you. Hold on. They're more visible. They're easy to hunt. Whereas though the camouflage of the darker one, it camouflages in with the dark larva flow. So they, you know what I'm saying? They're not seen. So over time, that population gradually gets darker and darker.
But it's not
Let me
just
finish. Watch this. When the sand blows and covers up the lava flow, now you got these black rock mice that are standing out on the same lava flow because now it's covered with sands. And so now these brown rock mice are now blended into the environment. And so the natural predators no longer see the ones that's blending in more frequently. They're seeing the darker ones are now standing out on the brown sands. They get eaten more. So over time, that darker population is now going from darker back to brown again over time. It's a teaching lesson for you there, bro.
you have to be consciously
That mice is not conscious.
separating and combining, the different variations of colors in order to just get a specific color. You know what I mean? Because you're never going to get, when one has when one mates and have a litter of children, litter of kids, whatever. You know what I mean?
You don't call humans.
You're going to have all different degrees of colors. You know what I'm
So what's the
saying?
point?
So the only way to really get a specific color is that you separate these colors and say, okay, just these colors with this. You know what I mean?
So
We're
you
gonna
talking
get rid of-
about-
we're
so-
gonna get rid of these and just keep on producing with these until
Okay.
we get to this.
So you talking about artificial selection. That's called artificial selection. So
It's-
when you mention the story of Yakub, right, that would be a story of artificial selection.
well,
You get my point?
artificial means
Meaning human beings do it.
non-natural.
Yeah, the human beings do it. So the story of Yakub would be a story of artificial selection. Where the
Well,
human beings took certain humans and mixed them back to get the lighter gene. Am I correct in that?
Yes,
That is absolutely possible. I just want to let y'all know that.
it is possible.
And you don't have to know, we had a conversation before, and you don't have to know anything about the daggone genome being mapped out to be able to do this.
I never say that.
No, I said that. We talked about that. So I want to make something clear that the story of Yakub would have to be a story of artificial selection. The same thing occurs in North America with the gray wolf. Any canine today, right, is a direct result of artificial selection by humans. The same thing with a racehorse. Same thing with a race dog. This is artificial selection.
And then
Human beings breed these dogs back and forth to get certain desired results.
and then coming to that point of the predators coming and eating the ones that they can see. That's not necessary. So you just don't eat because you see it. You know what I mean? Some get eaten, some get left alone or eaten because of the how long it's been around. You don't want the two young ones because they ain't got enough meat, whatever. You know what I mean?
So you think a bird, I don't eat that one. That's a bird.
Because everything has the same law. Like if you get a walnut and everything, you look and you find, you search and you find the ones that are more palatable. But you can get a walnut that you eat and be like, you don't want that. You don't want the ones that are blacked out, whatever. You know what I mean? You want to, you have to consciously figure out which ones are the best ones.
So
to
you
eat
saying a
and
hawk.
which ones are to avoid.
So you think a hawk searching for mice is trying to pick out which mice he eating?
Yeah, if a hawk searching, it's going to go for the bigger mouse, the bigger catch than the smaller catch first. And if it's not successful getting that catch, then it'll go to the lesser.
Do you know how hard it is for a hawk to even hunt a mice?
Do you know how hard it is to really understand what a hawk is thinking if you're not a hawk?
Man,
You know what I'm saying?
that's Steve right there. Steve think the hawk come down and let me ask you this, Steve, you crazy. So Steve, here's the
Unless
question.
you walked in that hawk shoes.
We're not gonna listen to Steve. He's a
Nah,
crazy
nah,
guy.
nah.
Here's a question: are humans mammals, Steve?
Are humans mammals?
Yes.
Are humans mammals? Yes, I guess we're supposed to be of the mammal family.
Here you go. Okay.
Yeah.
What makes next question? What makes the question answers yes? What makes humans mammals?
What makes humans mammals? Isn't mammals the warm-blooded species that
Warm-blooded is a trait. Go
that
ahead.
they
Yes.
produce
Warm-blooded.
from the womb,
Yep. They
and they have hair instead of
have an umbilical cord. Right. Here's the traits. The facts. The fact that humans breathe air, has a backbone, and grows hair at some point during his life. Also, all female mammals have glands that can produce milk. Mammals are amongst the most intelligent of all living creatures. There you go. So here you go. If chimps and humans share 98.8% of their DNA, why are we so different?
because of that 1%. If that's the case, that 1% alone makes the difference.
Here's the answer. Although humans and chimps have many identical genes, they often use them in different ways. The gene activity or expression can be turned up or down as a volume on the radio. So the same gene can be turned up high in humans, but very low in chimps. And there you go. What was the world view of human origin pre-science? What was our view of the origin of humans pre-science before people start getting into science? What was the view?
First of all, science was created by the original people of the planet, of the universe. That's where you get science from. The creator.
There you go.
The creator creates the science. Science was not here before creation, so you know.
Before it was a person.
However, for something to come about, you got to understand the science of it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
If you're gonna build this table, before this table came into existence, somebody had to think about it. You know, gather all the information, and then come up with the science to make the table actually exist and manifest it and bring it to life.
No, here's the answer. What was the worldview of human origins pre-science? Most of the world expected the biblical account that humans came from Adam and Eve.
Most of the world now
accepted, my fault. Most of the world accepted the biblical account that humans came from Adam and Eve.
Okay, and now who judged that?
Well, your opinions of that.
My opinions?
No, Europeans.
Oh, European.
They were controlling the worldview with the biblical narrative.
Okay, so now we know that's a farce.
Yeah,
that's
Africa had different views.
Just to put that in the equation, that a European came up with that. The European has not even been on every inch of this planet yet. You know what I'm saying? They're still out there so-called discovering what already was here and already existed. So they beyond stupid, really beyond, you know what I'm saying? Right. So it's like, you know, for that statement is already shot down for that simple fact.
Okay, let's move on. Here you go. Who discovered Lucy? Right, or Degnesh of Ethiopia.
Who discovered Lucy? Who did?
Okay, a team of Africans led by Richard Leakey in 1967. Great, tell you. In 1974 at the Odavord Gorge, Odavord Kadesh sites near the Omo Valley, Omo River in Omo National Park in southwestern Ethiopia. So Richard Leakey, he was born in Africa, white boy. Born in Africa, right? African. He spoke the traditional Kenyan language, forget which one it was, right? He was raised with the Kenyans. So he spoke the language, he lived with Africans, the whole 9 yards, right? He was brought up. His parents were missionaries, you know, kicking the foolery to the Kenyans, you know what I'm saying? Kicking the foolery, right? But his son was raised that. Then he ended up leaving, going to school in England, right? And coming back. He studied archaeology and paleontology, and he came back. And so he was digging in those areas, right? A lot of people say, that's the crack. Well, first of all, he was more African probably than most of us because he spoke an African language. He lived in an African traditional village, you know what I'm saying? He actually spent the majority of his life with European. Nope. Blood. I'm not saying that. No, of course not. No, because he go get educated in Europe, go get the education and come back. You feel me? But, you know, people make the joke, well, that's the race. Well, I don't know what he was. But I knew he understood traditional Africa more so than most African Americans do. I just want to make that point. All right. And he was the one. American, probably. Yeah. And so I just want to make the point that he found that important fossil called Degnesh. They call it Lucy. We call it Degnesh, which means marvelous in the Ethiopian language. Okay.
Okay, so the answer is that a white man discovered, or he dug up some old bones and called it Lucy.
Yeah, because
this was the first bones.
Because the music was playing, the Beatles was playing the song Lucy, so they named it after that.
First of all, we got to knock that out the park, because if you just name somebody that is way older than you because you dug up some bones, found some old, and you labeled it Lucy, that is just, incorrect to even do that, because he doesn't even go with that that time and era for that person to even put it. So for him to allow himself to think so confidently that he can name, some old bones, and he clearly made it the statement that they're black, going to name it Lucy. So his credibility is all shot from right there, from the get.
But they give the technical name off the Australopithecus.
Even that, you know what I'm saying?
Australopithecus.
We wasn't calling nobody off. Just, you know what I'm saying? Get that out of here, man. That thing shot down from the gate, from the jump. You know what I'm saying?
Cali coming out, you boy. You'll say, let's get this straight. See, say shot down from the jump. Out the gate. Lucy, Australopithecus. You're not from Australia. Funny guy, yo.
You know what I'm saying?
Funny guy. So,
but all in all, still though, we predate their ass. You know what I'm saying? They had to submit to the fact that we predate their ass. You know what I'm saying? Lucy was not the first, because they haven't been around this whole planet yet. You know what I'm saying?
No,
they only been in places that we allowed them to, be missionaries on. You know what I'm saying?
So Lucy is not a human anyway. I want y'all to know that she's an Australopithecus, which is a southern ape. So there you go. So how about this? Did Charles Darwin, page 21?
So then that shot it, and it's not the first human bones. You know what I'm saying?
That ain't what it said.
Human bones. Then
it just said
I could dig up some dinosaur bones and be like, "Oh, this is the first human bones." Come on.
No, we never said they was human bones, but they thought that. Then they did more than realize it wasn't part of the human species. So here you go. Did Charles Darwin teach humans came from monkeys? Did Charles Darwin teach that?
I really don't know.
Sir Charles Darwin.
Charles Darwin's literature. I hear this and that, but him again, his whole thing has been shot down. You know what I mean? I don't give these people no type of credit. You know what I'm saying? No type of credit, because they have not been able to produce some credible work, because they always going back on their word and everything.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? But he was responsible for thinking that,
humans came from monkeys. He kind of threw that idea out there.
Yeah, something else too. Well, humans came from monkeys. No, we didn't come from monkeys. Y'all tried it. They went to the Caucasus Mountains. You know what I mean? They was living savage. They was having interracial sex with their pets and animals. I said interracial with their pets and animals and everything, and they created different type of creatures. Dr. Monroe type things. You know what I mean? Monkeys and them are more related than anything.
Okay. The answer is no. Charles Darwin did not teach that we came from monkeys. He stated that extinct apes were our closest relatives, and that's true.
But who cares what Charles Darwin? That's the point I make. Who cares what he's saying though? Why is that even a question to Charles Darwin? I don't care about Charles. I wish he was here right now, and I would shoot his whole thing down, because he thought he was smart, didn't he?
Because then they come get him.
He was smart. I mean, these people are not credible to me.
That's Steve. You see the kind of people I keep around me, yo. You gotta be swift.
Nah, for real, they're not credible to me. It's like
Darwin is not credible. You heard it here first.
If somebody brings him up, it's like I laugh at them, because their whole
wow.
These people are trying to discover or learn our universe, our creation, because they're not a part of it. That's why they always searching and looking to see how they fit in the equation. You know what I'm saying? So for me to give them type of any credibility on what we produce, what my peoples produce, is like, that's backwards. It's like, come on, man. It's like, catch up, bro. Catch up.
This Steve telling Charles Dawn to catch up, bro. That's gonna be what catch up, bro. We're gonna start using that catchphrase. Catch up, bro. Hey man,
no, you don't.
I cannot beat him.
It takes a European. It takes a European about 7 years, on average, about 7 years to really catch up to what we can do. Every time they want to jump and try to take what we create and what we produce, try and jump on a bandwagon whatsoever, it takes them 7 years to really try to start to get it. You know what I'm saying?
Where'd you get that fact
Man,
from?
you study nature. Study nature. How long it take them to get hip hop? How long it take them to get rock and roll? How long it take them to get rhythm and blues?
Is it 7 years, Steve? I don't know.
You know what I'm saying? If you think
7
about
years.
it, look at it, man. You know what I mean? It takes them about 7 years for them to really catch on and really start to be like, hey, I can do it, because they study and they look at the science. Oh, that's how you do. So then, 1, 2, 3. You know what I mean? That's how they get the rhythm. 1, 2, 3. You know what I mean? They got to break it down like that. We come out the womb like, shit, we already got this.
So Steve basically saying,
to get this.
Steve saying we come out the womb crip walking.
Damn right.
California, come out the
We
womb.
don't crip walk in my city. My city, we don't crip.
What y'all
walk.
do? What y'all do? You don't crip walk.
My city.
Oh man, Steve's crazy.
I don't want to glorify the gang. You know, the gang system, which I understand. So when I say I'm not trying to glorify it, I'm not, because people don't have the correct understanding of what it means to be in the gang. So I'm not going to venture that way and glorify it and make people feel like, oh, you know what I mean? He's backing up this and backing up that. I'm not backing up nothing that y'all don't understand. You know what I'm saying? So we would have to have a real conversation, and you would have to have real understanding for me to be like, okay, yeah, I can speak this to you because you're going to get it. But if I just put it out there now, you know what I mean, they might take it another way. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm going to leave that alone.
Well, Steve, on that, y'all think we're close on that, man? Hey, this is a good book right here.
So how I do, man? I mean, you gave me the, you know what I mean, the questions out of you.
Crazy as hell as usual. Ain't nothing changed. So this is what we go through. Cause then they got to be the referees. Keep it down. You know what I'm saying? We call him the old man in the store. You know what I mean? Keep it down, bring it down.
You know,
Well, I got to be old man.
You ain't old though, cause then you ain't
I
old.
said I'm the old man.
Yeah, when I see you, he's the old man. He's not the old man in the store. I'm 7 years younger than you.
he's the elder. He's the elder.
The key elder
You know what I'm saying?
in the bookstore.
We got some more, giants coming into the building.
Oh, we got the green love. How you doing? We got the green love.
Whoa.
She's not here yet. It's 6:54.
Yeah, it's only 6. It ain't time yet. We live. Yeah, we got the
We
live
live,
thing
you know what I
down.
mean? I'm over here, acing the test. out here, you know
No,
what
he
I'm saying?
think he aced the test.
Yeah, you know
We're
what
gonna
I
go
mean?
back and listen to this and see if we really aced the test now. We don't think he aced the test. We heard it right here. It's
Out
all
here
on
acing
tape
the
now.
test,
It's
you know
on
what I'm
tape. It's
saying?
on tape.
Acing the test.
It's on YouTube. I got the YouTube channel cracking again.
You know what I mean?
got
He ain't
zero
really give me.
subscribers.
He ain't really give me no heavy hitters. This is some, you know what I mean? Easy 1, 2, 3 knockout. You know what I mean? This is some elementary.
He think he
You know,
really
this-
aced. See how he is?
This is where you know what I mean? This is what you get first introduced to. You know what I'm saying? When you're in preschool.
Oh, so now evolution is preschool. I mean, look, y'all hear that?
You
How many
know what
books
I'm
have you
saying?
read on the subject, though?
You just
Steve?
knock them down. You know
How many
what I mean?
books have you
What
read?
did you say? What did you say is the best thing to study? Study nature, right?
Study nature.
All right, that's all I
Black
had to
Shower
do
Without.
is just
What's
study
going on,
nature.
brother?
You know what I mean? Let me say this.
What's up with you, man?
Got
Got all the business owners coming in the store, man. Black Adam Cow, man. But right here on that arcade across the street,
All right.
man.
Black Gamer
Nah,
Powers.
man. Hey, we got the Green Love Kids just walked. Come on, man. Shout out real quick, man. Shout out to
I
Arcade
want
real
you
quick.
to give a shout out.
Shout out to Arcade real quick, man. Where you at? There you go. Shout out to Arcade. Go ahead, man. Where you located at, man? What's the name of your business? What's good?
Is Gamers Experience. We're located in Lithonia, 6981 Main Street, downtown Lithonia.
Gamer, yo.
Yeah,
He
all
love the game so
Xbox,
much.
PlayStation, Nintendo games.
What about my son trying to come in and tell you about the Xbox? You remember that moment this weekend? My son, 9 years old, 2 games. You got how many games you got over there? About
100 games.
trying to tell him about the game. That's how. See what I'm saying?
So we've been there running for about 9 years now.
Yeah, it's starting to pick up for real now. Dog.
This whole area is picking up.
It's starting to pick up, bro. I went there, it was a nice crowd. Yo, my son was in there all day. I said, yo, that's a little cheap to play all day. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
Yeah, the 20 wouldn't have been bad.
Dang, it's already gonna be 7
Wouldn't
o'clock.
have been bad neither, yo.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna hit on myself, but I appreciate that, man. Hey, Green Love Kitchen.
I
Green
gotta
Love
go.
Kitchen, real quick.
I gotta go feed the pup.
No, Green Love Kitchen, real
I
quick.
gotta go feed the killer.
Feed the killer, baby. Go feed the German Shepherd. Green Love, man. Where you from? Who are you? Who are you? Are you an author? Who are you?
Renaissance man, baby, a Renaissance man. So we birthed, you heard that? We doing it for real. Down at Main Street, Latonia, Georgia. Come down, get some of this good stuff we got going on right here.
What's next door?
For the people, Green Love Kitchen, vegan, vegetarian restaurant. Eat good, live better. Remember that. Peace.
It's the only guy I can talk to about science right there. Everybody else is voided. Everybody else is like Steve around here. In the black community. Hey, so look, man, thank y'all for coming through, man. I had a lot. I had about one person came in. Hey, yo, why some numbers grow, man? I'm dedicated to what I'm doing right here, man. So I appreciate that, man. Black African Power. Make sure y'all subscribe, man. Go to abgware.com, man. Go to stickercustoms.com. You know what I'm saying? Go to abgware.com. That's abjewar.com, man. Y'all come on through. Y'all know what it is, man. Appreciate that, man. On YouTube. Hey, look, check this out, man. Look, Black African Power. I'm Raw Squad up.